As I'm sure everybody is aware, Democrats have won several special elections in the month of September that now replaces the Democratic members who are no longer with us. So the Democrats, along with their very few Republicans who jumped ship, now have the votes to bring forward the discharge petition to force a full floor vote on releasing the Epstein files. And as long as that coalition of every Democrat and like 3 Republicans stays strong, we can do this. We can get our hands on those files. But there is a big, big, big speed bump. And that speed bump is that 3 of these Republicans who are siding with the Democrats to release the files also happen to be the biggest Trump supporters in the U.S. House of Representatives. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, and Nancy Mace. We have to put our faith in Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, and Nancy Mace. I don't know about you, but I'm not feeling too optimistic about that, especially as new reports are coming out saying that the Trump administration, the White House itself, is trying to pressure these lawmakers to get away from those dang old Democrats and come back over to the right where we love Trump and we want to protect him by not releasing these files. So according to reports, some of these GOP lawmakers are privately being pressured to withdraw their name from the petition, according to sources who spoke to CNN. So the White House, we don't know who in the White House. Maybe it's Susie Wiles. Maybe it's Stephen Miller. Maybe it's Trump himself, is pressuring these 3 Trump superfans to come on, give me one last thing, guys, by not letting Democrats have this. Now, politically speaking, if any of these 3 Republicans jump ship, and they only have to have one jump, and then we don't have the votes, but if any of the 3 jump ship, that's going to create a lot of problems for them in next year's election, because all 3 of these folks have been very loud, vocal, out there in the media talking about, we got to release these files. So to suddenly switch sides after it's being reported that Trump is pressuring you, you're going to face the consequences back in your district next year. Not a good move. He's really put these lawmakers in a tough spot. At the same time, if you embarrass Trump by releasing these files, maybe your voters hold that against you. I don't know. But we have to put our faith in these 3 Republican women who are not good people, do not do good things, but we have to count on them to finally do a good thing. And my God, folks, I don't know that I have faith in it. But you know what? We may not need faith in them. Even if they turncoat, jump ship, whatever metaphor you want to use, there's a plan B. And it's a plan B that honestly, I think should be plan A, right? Releasing the files that whatever the government has, that should be plan B. Plan A needs to be this. Take a look.
And it's painful for these girls. I mean, I speak to them frequently. I'm on text chains with a lot of the survivors. I keep calling them girls, but they're women. They're my age. They're your age. And they tell me, they're fed up, and they're talking about doing opposition research on these members and shaming them and showing their ties to Jeffrey Epstein, because everybody has a tie to Jeffrey Epstein. I can tell you that. And I've got some reporting coming out to show that, what a deciding vote, the kind of ties that this, senator had to Jeffrey Epstein on deciding not to release these files. And you know who's looking into all of that? It's the survivors. They're sitting around and they are angry and they are lobbying and they are calling and they are trying to figure out how to make the door to justice open, even if they have to break it down.
That's right, folks. The victims. The women who experienced it. The women who know exactly who these men are. If the House isn't going to be able to release it, if the federal government refuses to continue to release it, or continues to refuse to release it, the women are saying, we're going to do it. And they've been saying this for a month now. Basically taunting the House like, if you're not going to do it, we're going to do it. And the reason, of course, they haven't done it yet is because they were waiting for the results of these special elections to see if they could get the votes. We do have the votes. If the votes are suddenly not there, that's when these women are going to come forward. But again, that should have been plan A, not plan B, because it's far more powerful coming from the people who lived it than coming from a document. Then once these women go out there and start naming names, then the pressure really gets on to release the entirety of the files. And if any of these men that these women named decide, well, we're going to sue you for saying we were part of it, then you're going to have to release the files as part of discovery. So the women should have been the first option. But I'm okay with them being the plan B if we have to have it that way. But don't worry. Even if Greene, Boebert, and Mace cave to pressure from Trump, there's an even better plan B in place involving these women, these victims, these survivors, finally getting their chance to come out and give us the names. Thanks for watching, everyone. You know, we're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.